it going? Thank you so much for joining me. I'm super pumped to have you here. April, super pumped. It is gonna be May, and that never gets old for me. Every year I post a video reel with Justin, and I think he did go on and say he's done with it. It just can't be done. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me. My name is Christine Dwyer. I am a Superstar Diamond 2 coach, and this May 31st, will be my 15-year anniversary as a coach slash now partner. Woo! 15 years. And it's not just me. We've got so many coaches in the network who are older than me. They've been coaches for 16 years. And when I joined, a lot of the strongest leaders that you have, they are my coaches, are 15 years as well. Jackie Woodfin, Angie Green, Mindy Lawhorn, Janelle Summers, Julie Boris. Oh gosh, the list can go on. So it can go on. Those are some of the top leaders that have been around for so long, and that says something about our company, but it says something about the mission of what we're doing. And this is the reason why. And if you're looking, and I'm just going to say this out front because I'm a very honest, truthful person, that it's no secret that sometimes people get this grass greener other idea that they're going to jump to a different company. And quite honestly, this is what happens is other companies actually pay people from, say, this company to come over. So if you're seeing those reels coming through going, why I left my 7-figure business to go to a different company, don't believe it, first of all. And they may have had some success, but truth be told, look at what we're doing. I personally don't want to just sell products. I don't want to do that. That is good. It's good for a lot of people. But for me, this is why I'm here 15 years later, is because it's not the products. It's all of it, the glue, all of it. For me, I'm a fitness instructor. I've been a fitness instructor for over 30 years. I have to do math. Over 30 years I've been teaching group fitness, 32 years. And for me, learning along the way, making lots of fitness failures and blunders and brainwashing that the fitness industry, diet industry teaches you, we get all through that. We get all through that as we mature through. But if we boil it down, and what's most important to me is there is no perfect workout. There is no perfect meal plan. There is no perfect shake. There is no perfect partner or coach. There's not. It's this pull together, this puzzle piece of everything working together to help people change their decisions towards healthier choices and habits. And I'm continuing to break from this all or nothing mentality because I was that extreme yo-yo dieter, closet fitness professional, where I would, do this all or nothing, extreme boiled chicken, white rice and broccoli 4 times a day, to whatever. And this is also what you have to think about with people on their journey, people in your challenge groups, people joining as a partner and getting started. We can't give it to them all at once. We can't make someone change all at once. And that's why a lot of these New Year's resolutions fail, because this mindset, this brainwash of it's New Year, you're going to work out 5 times a week. You're going to eat super healthy and clean. You're going to supplement. You're going to drink your water, and you're going to do all the good things. And that is a yay in the beginning, but it starts to fall off because people allow life to be the excuse to disrupt them, to allow it to fall off. So if we could just start small, start making those small changes in habits. And that's what I really like to focus on in my challenge groups is I don't like to pitch that my challenge groups is a diet group, a workout group, let's eat clean for 21 days group. It's not. Yeah, we may do some challenge that will give them that opportunity, but my goal is to educate. Because think about this. And when I teach group fitness classes, I always instruct this. You will like exercise more when you understand the body and how it works together. I mean, Nat Patch is on here. She is a perfect example of that. She has trained and done competitions and everything. You cannot enjoy exercise or the workout or the process unless you really have an understanding of, oh, this is what my abs are. Like, this is called the bicep. It's not just the front muscle of the arm. Like, understand and learn about the body, and then you start to get hungrier to get more. The same thing is going to go with your challenge groups. Teach and educate, not just energize is great. It's so yummy. It's my crack juice or whatever you call it, which I don't like that term. I don't like it. If you use it, go for it. But I don't like mom crack or whatever they call it. I don't like it. It just promotes drugs. Anyway, educate. Why is it yellow? What does the yellow mean and energize? And I don't know if you're in the Team Facebook group, Slay Squad, but we just had the training for Energize, the product of the month, and that will really help you understand it's more than just what it does for you, okay? We got a lot to cover today. So first things first, as you guys know, Carl's on a run. Carl is running body partner presentations, and the next one's coming up. I'll share with you the link, and of course, I'll put in the chat the links for all the things I'm going to be talking about. But as a reminder, you need to always have a go-to presentation to tell people what being a partner is about. You should never explain it to someone, and you should never tell someone what they're going to do with it. And you honestly should never tell someone they're going to crush it and they're going to rock it and they are a rock star. Like, just don't, because that's going to shoot you in the foot. It's going to defeat you. It's going to put pressure on them, and they may never jump, which is probably, I'd say 90% of the time. A lot of them don't. I can't say that for sure, but I just know from experience. So just, your job is to put the breadcrumb out there, the idea. Your job is to put the idea out there. So before we get into this invite, because we are at the end of the month, I don't know if you still need to hit your end of the month goals, whatever that is, but it's going to be May. And May is just a new start to our finish. So what we need to do is this: crush the end of the month follow-ups and invites. Like, that's got to be priority. Putting up content that will lead generate will be tertiary. It doesn't need to be your primary activity. But putting up that lead generating activity, we will do that today. I've got some new content here if you follow my trainings every other week. But we will put that up. But just know this: the lead generating activity that we put up will most likely not hit your April goal achievement. It may not even hit your May goal achievement. On average, it takes someone 7 times to see what you're pitching before they might say, yeah, let me go. Or the content that you're putting up, that consistency has to show up, and it's usually a 3-month turnaround before someone will make that decision. So just know that the lead generating content information that we're going to be doing will help you for May, for June, okay? So just know you're always going to lead someone to a presentation. I'll put these links in the chat. There's the quick 12-minute video now. It's an updated video that's 12 minutes and 9 seconds, and it does say body partner on it. Then Beachbody has a new presentation with Carl. He's been running them live, and the next one's coming up this Sunday. Man's working on a Sunday. And this is a longer presentation. Here's the previous recording. And then I have one that I did a long time ago, which also incorporates a bunch of the short video in it, but also some 15-second clips of the top coaches, which, by the way, if you are on my Team Platinum Presenters, we are planning a meetup for Summit. Go in the Team Facebook group so that you can vote which timing you want. I'm thinking it's going to be from 2 to 3 p.m., okay, on Thursday. But I want to do a little short, quick testimonial, 15 seconds, like what Body has done for you and why someone would want to consider it. This video has some of that in there. I'll put the links in there. But here's his next presentation right here, Sunday, April 30th. It's 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, and then do the rest of the exchange of the time zones wherever you live: Hawaii, UK, France, Mountain Time, all that. Change it, Google it if you need to. I'll put the link to register for that in the chat, but you probably would have gotten an email also, because he's been sending out emails. It's a great opportunity to push people to see something as a live appointment, okay? So let's get going. Let's do we're going to focus on this deal today, because this is really, really, really important. But let's just do a nice, easy getting started, get the engagement wheels going out. Let's go. Let me get this one up. Hold a moment. Let's do this one. Let's just do this one. Let's just go and find new people to connect with. So open up whatever social media app you're using, whether that's going to be Facebook. Maybe in Facebook, why don't you go to one of your groups? Like I'm part of our town. I live in South Lake, Texas, and so I'm part of the neighboring towns' Facebook groups as well. That's a great group to go through the people and see, kind of give a one, two, three, a judgment of, this person looks like me, and then go to their page and kind of give it a one, two, three, like, ooh, this person is not for me. You got those. Oh my gosh, I just got some horrible comments on one of my reels that I put up. Some people like telling me, she's a dummy, she's so stupid. Yeah, like trashing me. And I looked at this one woman's picture and I was like, her face doesn't look like she's an ass, but she's an ass. Like you put that out on the world to see you trash someone else? Like, who are you? I don't get that. That's engagement. So just go and look at these people's accounts. But all I want you to do is let's spend some time connecting. And if you're not sure what CLAM stands for, it means comment, like, add, and message the person. So it's a good idea if you find someone in your quick checks of who it is to put a comment on one of their posts, like their post, add them as a contact, and message them is also a great idea. Where are you going to find these people? Well, sure, you can do a hashtag search if you want, or just go to a top like industry person, someone who's not in direct competition with us, and go through their followers, like a product you use, a podcaster, magazines, like clothing lines, things. That's where you can find people who are like you, interest groups. So let's just spend some time doing this. Okay, so we are going to move on to our next activity. I'll go through some of other actions that you can do. We're not going to stop on them. I'm just going to show you of what you can do to continue to build more engagement and followers and people of like mind. You can go to your following on if you're on Instagram and click on least interacted with and contact them and send the same messages. So those are some ways on how you can create more engagement. The goal, the game is engagement and this back and forth connection. Basically, all social platforms want to prove that the stuff you're putting up and the people that you're following or connected to, that you both actually want to see each other's stuff. And the only way to do that is for you to go out and engage, and that encourages them to come back and engage. So it's basically proving, yeah, what you're putting up is what your people want, and you're in it. Like, so you got to make sure that you spend that time to do engagement activities, and that's an easy time to do this. So let me break this down. I'm going to be very clear right here. If you are someone that is not moving your business forward and each day passes and before you know it, it's going to be May and every day is passed and you're like, I'm not moving forward in this. Another month has passed. You need to step back and look at your activity. What are you really doing in those pockets of time throughout the day where you say you're doing your business growth? Are you like me where you just sit in the school pickup parking lot or line and you just go on your phone? And for me, it's pure enjoyment just to watch funny reels and send dog videos to my girlfriend, Mindy. Like, we send each other a billion reels a day that are just funny. Like, that is just entertainment. But I can't say that I worked my business. No. I could have used that 15 minutes to dig into my DMs and scroll through them to see who have I not talked to in a bit, who didn't reply. I could do that. So start thinking about those pockets of time where if you've got a limited pocket of time, you must follow up. You must invite. You do not need to post. You do not need to go in your challenge group or your team Facebook pages. Those are after fact, right? So you need to do, if you're limited on time, you need to do what's most important. Okay? Hercules. Like, that's what I felt like when I was saying that. But if you've done those things for the day and you're sitting through a Hulu commercial or a Peacock commercial and you've got 1 minute, 20 seconds before your show starts again, this is a good activity. Think about that. It will grow you forward. Okay. I hope I'm unmuted. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got. We'll go back to this. I'll end with this because I think that's a good one. Hey, make sure, guys, did you already sign up for this? This is a free series for you. Yes, she is going to pitch for you to buy something at the end. Don't. Do. I don't care if you do or don't. But why not consume free training from the latest strategies? So Brock and Shalene, tonight starting. So there's 3 different times. Where is it? I put it in my notes. This presentation, she's going to run each one. Let me put this right here. You're doing the Sunday one now? Yeah. So I think I just put it in the chat. Did I? No. Oh, gosh. Why are things so difficult? Let's try that. Copy. Paste. Okay. So Shalene and Brock Johnson, so if you don't know who they are, Shalene Johnson is my mentor for over 20 years, and she's my OG. Like, she geeks out on staying on top and forward. I always said this well before we got into Beachbody stuff. When I worked for her company, Powder Blue Productions, she always knew what was going to be hot before it was. And this is the same thing when it comes to social media strategy, business building. So if you're struggling and you're still doing techniques, the hey girl, send 50 messages of hey girl, it don't work. People are annoyed with certain things. Their attention spans change. And I'm going to share with you some other latest things that we need to stay on top of. But her son is Brock Johnson. And I will tell you, I've known him since he's been a little boy. And ever since he was a little boy, and Shalene showed me his bedroom, on the back of his closet door, he had his goals written out. You knew he was going to be someone, and he knows social media. Bang, he does. So starting tonight is the first presentation of how to actually monetize your social media. And if you're not sure what that means, I suggest you join. You just should. Send this link. So this is the link, and I'll put it in the chat as well. Share this with your team. Share this with anyone you know, because this is going to be a huge value for anyone, okay? They're going to be running this tonight, and as I put in the schedule, they're going to run the same presentation Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. So sign up and either attend live or get the recording. It's going to be a recording. Then the next week, she's going to be running this one, which is going to be really important for you. And if you sign up for this one, you're going to get the links to all of these. So just sign up for this one, even if you do or don't want it, and you're going to get the links for all of these. This is for network marketing updates. Then this is if you want to build a business from scratch, which some of you do because you have your own thing. And then this one is money growth strategies and investments with her husband, Brett Johnson. So these are really free. And again, they will be promoting for you to go into some purchase thing. But again, you don't have to do that. Consume free information. Okay, so I'll put that link I did put the link in the chat. You're not seeing it? I put it there. And I'll get the links for these other ones if you don't want to sign up for that. I'll get the links that are direct for each of these, and I'll put them in the chat after we're done. Or after. Okay. So now let's just go here. Rachel Peterson is someone I love to follow. I accidentally discovered her on Facebook. One night I got stuck in her reels because they were just so good. Here's what she says is what's working on social right now. So think about your content strategy. Don't get caught up in what other top leaders are doing. By the way, I don't know if you noticed this, but a lot of top leaders are doing tons of sponsored posts. Don't get caught up thinking about that's what you need to do. Do the basics, okay? Less branded content and fonts, so it doesn't need to be super professional. Less professionally filmed content. Product service content being showcased using fun, quirky trends. So be interesting with your product or service. More personal human touch. Slightly less polished, right? Because don't you immediately turn off when you say, how many of you guys have had this problem in your life? Like when you see that, you're like, done, out. Because we know it's a sale. We know it's a sales pitch. So here's also what she says is current for each platform. And again, that's as of the second right now. On YouTube, what's doing really well is putting up really good thumbnails that are clickbaity, but you better deliver the content that the thumbnail says. On Twitter, questions that people love to answer. That's what's going well over there. Facebook, Reels are taking off. So start making sure you put a little priority over there. On Instagram, quote cards and carousels, so multiple pictures. And on TikTok, what's doing well over there currently is multi-step function, multi-product showings, compilations, slides. So not just a one thing. Okay. Here's an engagement hack that I'm going to share with you right now, and then we're going to go into our first follow-up, okay? So this is Rachel. I did this the other night, and I think I'm over 300 to 400 comments on this post because I just did a path of least resistance, lowest hanging fruit text post. And it was simple, asking people a question that they would love to answer. Think about that. Okay, start thinking about how hard do you make it? How hard do you make it for people to respond to your question? One of the examples she said was this. When you go on and you're like, all right, you guys know that when you go to the airport to take your private jet, like we have this challenge. No, unless we're Kardashians, no, we don't. But let's break it down. So maybe you do have a private jet. Maybe you do own your own plane. But let's break down the factor that everyone can relate to. Do you struggle with overpacking? Do you struggle with arriving on time? Or like she's saying, do you dress comfy or not? I dress comfy every time I travel. I'm always wearing black leggings, a long black thing because I hate being cold, and sneakers, always. The one time I may not is when I take a flight for Summit, and that's just because you don't know who you're going to run into. But most of the time, I'm not ready. I'm comfy. Wear pants. The flight attendants will tell you to wear pants because it's disgusting on those planes. And always wear shoes to the bathroom, please. Here's some questions that you can post, and this is why I'm telling you to do this. If your social media has been what you might want to do is just put up a low-hanging fruit post. Here's some questions you could put up. I'm giving you just some examples, but do you? And then when people start posting on it, reply on their comments, okay? And then what's most important now is you've created some attachment and engagement with those people. Your next post will be important. So think about it. It's important and good to put an engagement post like this up. And then what your next post is something that is going to be what you want people to do. So whether you're going to promote your next challenge group or you're promoting to jump in this private call with the CEO, whatever it is, whatever you're pitching at that time. So think about that. Take a screenshot if you need. We are moving on now. What's a quote card? Tina, good question. So a quote card, have you ever seen, one of my favorite guys to follow is a doctor. It's all he pretty much does. I'll show you in the break because I'll just pull it up on my phone. As soon as I hit mute, I'll pull it up on my phone and I'll put it up there. But what a quote card is basically you with a little picture. It looks like you took a picture of your post and now you're posting that. I wish I could find it easy. That's all it really is. I don't think I have any that look like that. Let me see. Let me just look. No, I don't. All right, so here we go. I'll put it up right after. Let's do a follow-up. We need to do a follow-up. This is now, let's go to the dig. Which one should we do? Follow up with the people who you feel have ghosted you? Tell me in the comments. Do you want it to go through the people who you think have ghosted you or the people that you're going to drag back up from the dead that you haven't followed up with and you got to find them? Which one you want? Dig or ghost? Dig or ghost? Dig or ghost? Rachel says both. Ghosted. Dig. Let's go with dig first. We'll see what we got time for. Okay, so the dig. So here's the dig. If you're like me, you may have pieces of paper all around your desk with scribbles and notes and blah, blah, blah. That's just how my brain works. I function that way, and I've got piles and piles of that stuff everywhere. It is. But if you're also like me, you have random pieces of conversations everywhere. It's so hard. You've got comment conversations. You have a Facebook message conversation. You have a spam folder filtered request Facebook conversation. You have Instagram DMs. You have the requested DMs. You may have Gmail. You may have text. You may have had some other random conversation. They're everywhere. So our job right now is let's go to the place that you haven't been in a while. So maybe you need to go, I hate DMs. I'm a slow DM replier. I do it like once a day. Maybe you got to go through your DMs and just go through the line and look at the last conversations with some of the people and just send a breadcrumb. Hey, just checking in on you. What you got going on this weekend? Something simple. All you want to do is put this breadcrumb in. You could do that. Or maybe go through your emails, and if the person didn't respond on your last one, now's the time to send a message and put a deadline on it. Deadlines. Hercules deadlines. So your deadline is never the end of the month. Your deadline is never 12 p.m. or a.m. Is never. Because people never do things on the timeline you want them to do. So always put your deadline days before maybe, because you got to have time to cover your ass. I said ass twice this time. Okay, you need time to finish business the way you expect to finish it. So let's go. Start digging in your old share carts that you sent. And if you've done none of these, go to your list of invite or a list building that you want to talk to people and start inviting them. Let's do this for 10 minutes. Oh, thank you so much, Tanya. You're the best. She just put up a quote card. And if we've got time at the end, don't tell Jamie, but I'll teach you how to do one using Canva. Okay? All right, let's go. 10 minutes. Really do a good job on this, please. Go follow up hard with everybody, everywhere, anywhere you can think of. Good follow up. But here's my invite: go to the most possible person that will move forward, because your goal is to finish April. So go to the person that really was left like almost on the cusp of moving forward. Do those people first. Okay, we are coming back together. Man, time does go fast. It just flies like this. But this is where I hope that you recognize the importance of dedicating a certain block of time to just do one thing, because that will help you stay on point. Because if you're like me and if you have ADD, I may be in an invite stage, but then I get distracted right quick with reel and I'm off. So just keep pulling yourself back. Nope. I set a timer on my phone. I'm going to do 10 minutes of just following up. Like really start to train those good habits, because that will, of course, carry you through. So we've got 15 minutes left. And what we're going to do here is this follow up. And one thing in my Facebook group, when I posted I was doing the power hour, one person posed a question of how to handle objections. I'm going to just say, first of all, you can easily Google that, because I don't want to spend a ton of time on that right now, because that's not what the point of what we're doing is. But my invitation to you is this, is if an objection comes back to you, what kind of feeling does it make you feel? First, ask yourself that question. And now, for me, when I have an objection come through, whether it's someone saying it's a pyramid scheme or whatever the case might be, I blow it off because, hi, 15 years in, hi. Oh well. And then second, I'm not going to go back and forth and have a debate with you about this, because in your mind, I'm not going to switch you being like, oh, you're right, it's not a pyramid scheme, let me be in. It's just not very typical. Mostly, if people who come with a very negative mindset like that, that's first of all a sign that that person kind of looks at the glass half empty approach to things. Second, it's not your job to convince anyone that this is good. All you can be is consistent. Share what you feel, your experiences, your positivity, what you've seen other things happen for other people, and be on your way and can be consistent with that messaging. And then the other thing is, be okay with walking away from someone like that. There's plenty of other people that are waiting for you to have a conversation with them. Okay, so be okay to walk away, to not defend. You don't need to defend. You don't. And if someone has a price objection, you don't need to say, well, it's the same price as a Starbucks. Well, you know what? If someone wants their Starbucks, they're still going to get it and not replace it with a Shakeology. I'm sorry, that's not an argument. If I still want that, I'm going to get that. So we can't try to make someone cut something out of their life to replace with this, because that again is trying to convince someone. Always keep this in mind. If you have to try to convince someone to start, you're going to have to convince them to do, to keep going. All right? Be very careful about who you bring into your community. All right, so let's quick do this little exercise since you guys wanted it. We're going to do about 5 minutes on this. We're going to do a 5-minute invite because we don't have much time, and then we'll end with the bonus extra stuff after hours. After that. So the ghosted is this. Remember, someone didn't necessarily ghost you. They've got a life. This is your thing. So it's not their job to stay on top of following up with you. It annoys me when I'm trying to work with someone to buy something off of them and they don't respond, or they treat me like a number, or they forget personal details about me that we talked about so intimately. Like, that annoys me, because then I know, whatever, this person is not the one I want to give my money to. So start thinking about that it's better for you to just be a follow-up. You don't necessarily have to follow up saying these things. Maybe you need to follow up and do this thing. Just be that. So challenge yourself to that person on your Instagram DM where they're like, they didn't respond. I saw this. Send them a funny reel. Or just send them comments on their latest post. Like, show up in their feed. You don't necessarily have to do this. So go and follow up. And never tell someone I know you're busy. That is my rule of thumb, and I'm just going to share it with you because it annoys me. Okay. So take a screenshot of this because this is definitely an activity that you can keep working on. We've got three things to do. So before we go into the invite, the final major activity, we got three things to do. We got the email list, invite, and then the content creation strategy hack. I need 5 hours to present. Every time I talk about something, I always talk way too much. Too much. All right, so let's go back to this. Okay. One just thing, we're not going to work on this, but one thing I need you to really clearly know, no matter what stage of this business you're in, whether if you just started or if you've been forever, do you have an email list? Because I want you to just picture right now that you do not have social media. Go back to the 90s. And the only way to communicate with people was through email. Okay? So, or a beeper. That's what I want you to think about. You don't have a business if you don't have a list. And I'm not talking about your master list that you wrote down. You have to have a way to capture people's email that like what you're offering and want to connect with it. So one of the easiest things you could do is every time we have a new program release or a new free sample workout, give it away. This is what I did. See this list right here? This is just a running on PDF. I created it in Canva. I can't give it to you unless you want me to steal all your customers because all of these titles have my personal link to it. So just go easily do something like that. Just a run-on list of, hey, do you want the latest free workout? So for instance, we got Sean's new workout for T25 who's out here. So all I do is just whenever a new workout comes out, I put that and I put the individual link of my CBC to that workout. And then I tell people on social or wherever, hey, do you want Sean's, like I'll share a video of Sean's workout or something. If you want this, either drop your email here and I'll send it, or DM me and I'll send it, or I also have it in my link tree, which is kind of up in the air if that's a benefit to work for you or not. But you need to build a list of people so that you always can send off information to people and invite them to do whatever you got going on. So one of my recent ones to all of my lists was sharing this information about what's coming up with the free training, because some of them might be business builders, some of them might want to create income, affiliate income, whatever it is. I included some of my favorite finds on Amazon. And then I also included what my upcoming challenge was going to be. I'm doing a add protein challenge to my challenge groups. You have to be able to email people. And this is, you could put it everywhere. You could put it in your cover photo. You could put it in your Instagram links. You could put it in your Facebook. Put it everywhere. Keep it simple. Collect emails. You need to have an email list, whether you do something with it or not, but you will shoot yourself in the foot if you don't. And I got to tell you this, is where I know we're going to run over. Shalene did share a video of a YouTuber who was killing it on YouTube. They were making over $500,000 by sponsorships and all of that ad stuff. That goes away. And they're dying because it went away. You can't live here all the time. And she's shooting herself in the foot not having an email list. They just lived large thinking, I'm always going to be on top. Always on top. You're not. Okay? Have this. This is the most important thing that you do. And if you need to know how to build a simple free list collector, I'll put the link in the chat. I have a video teaching you how to do it. All right, let's go to invite as your final thing, and then we're going to do that. I'll leave you with the content strategy creation hack on your own. But let's go to your, this right here is going to be your most possible yes, rather than this. I can invite from social media for sure, but that will work for May, June, and July. But what needs to help me finish April strong is this. So let's do this for a second, or take a screenshot. If you have to go, I understand. I'm so sorry. I always go over. Okay? Work on that. Okay, so it seems a lot of you did not do this activity because a lot of you are chatting. Take a screenshot, make sure you do this. This is important. This is important for you to finish. Okay, so lots of questions in there. These are not Vimeo links. If you want to just give people a free workout, then fine, but you have no attachment to you. Make sure your coach ID is attached to it, and there is an extension that you have to add on the URL that you capture from BOD that is your extension. And I don't have it off the top right here. I'd have to give it to you somewhere else. What else are y'all saying? No, all of my documents are made in Canva. Everything's made in Canva. Do you email that list out? So someone asked, like, do I manually? Yes, it's emailed out to them by an autoresponder. And if you're not sure how to do this, I put the link in there of how to create a sign-up form and an autoresponder, which Google Drive has for free. So that's why you want to use these tools. They are for free. What is the list I'm talking about in this slide? Email list or potential customer partner list? No, I'm not talking about, well, this one is the list, your handwritten list. Your email list is a catch-all, communication all. You can go to them individually, message people, but your contact list, your master list, is the one you're always working off of to invite and follow up. That one's a working list that you're always doing. Anything else I miss here? Let me see. Oh, am I replying? How did I choose just Stephanie? Am I replying to just Stephanie for some reason? I was selected that way. Okay, that's all the time we got for. I mean, we can do the content creation next time, but I know we've been very distracted, and I think that what is most important again is use the link to creating a list. Thanks so much, Nat. Oh, thank you so much, Sherry. That's kind of you. I'm going to again include it here. This is how you create a free Google sign up form. You could just get a Word document and open it and create it, right? You don't have to create things in Canva. You can do it anywhere. Just be simple. Simple's better. And then communicate out. Thanks so much, Dr. Alma. Always appreciate you being on. And what else do you need? You got the links. I put all the links to the specific trainings. If you wanted them with Shalene, just scroll up in this chat. But again, if you just use that one, it will give you access to all of them. So this is that one. Make sure you share this along so you can share the love to everybody. All right, so the next time you'll see me will be mid-month, and that's where we'll have opportunity to work more on content creation. This is end-of-month activity. Thanks so much for being here. We went way over. We will see you next time. Bye.